For the initial setup of the acid-resistant benchtop system, we will first set up our tank. We have two hoses here for the feed and return line. The feed line will be the hose with a three-way valve on one end and a tank connection on the other end. Thread the tank connection onto the tank outlet. Next, take the return line and insert one end of the tube stub into the fitting on top of the tank. Tighten the fitting to secure the tube stub. Next, connect the tank to the system. Start with the feed line. It's got a tube stub on one of the ends of the three-way valve. Insert the tube stub into the pump inlet. Next, take the other end of the return line and insert this into the return to tank port on the back of our benchtop. Then, tighten the fitting to secure the tube. Ensure the Inlet T is routed to feed the pump by turning the tab towards the pump. Remove the lid to the carboy tank. Pour in the process fluid. Then place the lid back. Next, plug the power cord into the back of the system and plug the other end into a power supply. Power your system on using the switch on the back. Refer to the MPD resource channel on the Sterlitech website for helpful videos on how to connect your cell to the system. The main difference with this system is that you'll connect using polypropylene fittings and tubing, instead of stainless steel fittings and tubing. Insert the tube ends into these plastic fittings and tighten them by hand. For startup, begin by making sure the concentrate control valve is fully open by turning this valve completely counterclockwise. Next, increase your motor speed by pressing up on our motor controller. Increase the motor speed until we reach the flow rate we want. You can adjust the flow rate by increasing or decreasing the motor speed. Once the desired flow rate is set, we can increase the system pressure by referring to the feed and concentrate pressure gauges here on the right and turning the concentrate control valve clockwise until we reach the desired pressure. For shutdown, release the pressure by turning the concentrate control valve fully counterclockwise and then turn off your pump and motor by pressing the down arrow on our motor controller until it reaches 0. If you are finished with your tests, you can go ahead and power the system off by hitting the switch on the back. You can remove the return line on your carboy tank for easy draining by loosening this fitting and placing the return line into another vessel. You can pump the fluid out of the system by running your pump at low speed, around 40% of the pump speed, until you've pumped most of the fluid out. The pump on the system can run dry, so it will not hurt the system. Pump out as much fluid as possible from the feed carboy. With the tank mostly drained, remove the lid and pour out the remaining fluid. Put the cap back and reconnect the return line. Additionally, we have the option to drain our system using the three-way valve on the inlet side of our pump. It helps to use an extra section of 3/8 polypropylene tubing. Insert it into the open end of our three-way valve and then place the other end into a collection device. Then you can go ahead and flip this handle away from the pump and it will direct flow towards your drain.